All right. Well, I will give it just a couple minutes for everybody to get in here, but we got to open up this case. I already took the straps off. Figure out what we got left in here. I'm not sure what we got left. Real quick, though, I did see a notification pop up that I've got an offer ending on eBay that looked... Okay, I guess I should say also that I found some cases of MREs that were mega cheap. These were super cheap, and they are this, or the last week when I checked, or the last time, I guess it wasn't last week. Last week was birthday dinner at my mom's. Multiple birthdays for April. Anyways, these were cheap. These were like, what was it, 38 something shipped to my door. So it was less than $2.50 per meal, but I found some cheaper. So let me, right here, actually. Yep. Okay, so here. Let me just, well, this is with the offer, but the offer for 2 cases is $52.24 plus $20.66 shipping. That is $72.24. Hang on. Let me see what the calculator says that is per meal. What I say it was, $72.24, I think. Calculator, $72.24 divided by 24. Wait a second. Is that right? $3 and a penny a meal? Well, how are these cheap? That doesn't make sense. Did I do something wrong? $72. Because these were like almost $39, I think, if I remember right. And we had figured it up, and it was less than $2.50 a meal. $2.50 a meal. Okay. That wouldn't be right either. Or yeah, it would. 2.5 times 12 would be 24 plus 6. It'd be 30. Oh. So no, these were more than $2.50 a meal. These would have been... That's the way you advertise it. I thought we had it figured out. Anyways, 301 is what these other ones are, is what it's saying. It's what the calculator's saying. That does seem right to me, actually. Let's see. I think I said 72.22 divided by 24. Oh, did I do that before, I wonder? 72.22 divided by... What the heck is going on? 24. 301. That's what it came out to. Yep. That is that's really cheap. Crunchy peanut butter and grape jelly. Do I know what they're worth? I don't know if I know what you mean. Like to sell them on eBay? Dude, it just depends on, when it comes to individual components, it's worth as much as somebody's willing to pay. I have seen some insane things. I've seen toilet papers for $10, $12, and I'm not talking like World War II or prior crazy cool toilet papers. I'm talking Lighthouse toilet paper. I'm sure I got some laying around here somewhere. Yeah, right here. I'm talking that right there. I've seen that on eBay for $12. It depends on what you want to try. Crunchy peanut butter jelly. If you were to sell like a combo with crackers or wheat snack bread or something, call it MRE peanut butter and jelly sandwich combo or something like that, you might find somebody that would pay you $10 for that. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but crazier things have happened. Then I saw someone the other day, I was looking through stuff on eBay, and they were selling individual components. And they had it set up to where the more you bought, the less things cost. And if you bought up to, I think it was like, if you hit 24 items, the price came down to being about roughly $1 per item, depending on what you were getting. But when I looked at their list, a lot of the stuff that they had in there was sold out. So I don't know if they were doing really good stuff, like crayon raspberry first strike bars. Those were in there. They were gone. Cinnamon buns, apple turnovers, stuff like that. I don't know if they were doing stuff like that and just got wiped out and they were super cheap. But the way they had it set up, those things were running about $3.50 per item on the low level, because I didn't add up a bunch of stuff I didn't even know how to do it. The way they had it set up, I tried. I was going to try, like, okay, let's see what happens when I rack up 24 items and what can we get the per item price down to, because there are individual items that are hard to get. For instance, the chocolate peanut butter, very hard to get. It's just one of those things that I think there's one per 2 cases, or that's how it used to be. There was only one chocolate peanut butter out of 2 cases, out of case A and B. Like one in I think it was case A, and it used to come in. What did it used to come in? Beef stew? Anyway, the chocolate peanut butter is amazing. And there also used to be a person on eBay that had the chocolate peanut butters. They had everything. But they would sell it in 24 packs in these bags. And Blindside got me a bag of chocolate peanut butter years ago, and I did share the wealth with that. Okayed it with him. I was like, I'll send out a few of these, share because that's one of those things that it's one of my favorite items that come in MREs. It's extremely rare. It's in one meal. Let's just look. Let's look and see what the chocolate peanut butter's hanging out at now and where it used to be. Which menu? I don't know if it's in case A or B. Real quick, back to the eBay thing. What did you say in the comments here? I was, have you been having a good day, buddy? Thanks again for eating history. Oh, dude, you're what? No, thank you. I love doing it. I love doing it. I did, sometime over the past week, I won a kind of strange prototype LRP that I tried to win both. So what happened? I was out of town when this was going on. I was out of town, and I was I got the notification. I'm literally in the middle of a meeting, and I was like, "Hang on a second, dude. I got to focus on this." So I tried to pull up there was 2 of them for sale. Had both of them on my watch list, and the stuff you do on eBay. Could find the one easy. Went to the person's page, went to their actual page of things for sale, and the other one was not there. And then I went to my watch list. The other one was not there. I couldn't figure out what, and it did, because I didn't bid on it until the last second, because I wanted to. If you put a pre-bid in, let me tell y'all something about eBay real quick, just from my experience. Sure, if you want something really bad and you're willing to throw your money out there, and like there's a chance you might miss it ending because you might be busy doing something, okay, put your pre-bid in. If not, I highly recommend and suggest not putting in your highest bid. There are secondary apps, or there used to be, where you could put a dollar amount in, and it would just bid until it got you to the highest bidder, and then it would stop, which eBay does that itself. But the problem is, when you put your highest bid in eBay, the person that's going to bid against you is going to just bid until it gets to where your highest price is. And then, okay, they're like, all right, this guy was willing to pay $100 or whatever it may be. And then they know where you were at. And then if you happen to forget. So the best way to get a decent, okay deal on eBay is to wait until that last minute, or honestly, less time than that, depending on what it's looking like, how many bidders it's been. These are things you learn and kind of feel out the situation, how serious the other bidder seems to be, how many times they bid, which that's never a foolproof plan. I've never really talked about recommendations as far as winning bids on eBay, I guess, but I've been doing this for a long time, and this could be useful to someone. Never really had thought about it. But yeah, if you want to try to get a good deal on eBay, putting in your highest bid and just letting it ride is probably not the best idea. You will end up paying more. Like 9 times out of 10, you're going to end up paying more by doing it that way. Because you're even though you put in your highest bid, you're probably, if you're anything like me, you're like, man, somebody outbid me. Like, I'll pay another $10. I'll pay another $20. Depending on what it is. I have spent some pretty massive, like, money that I never thought that I'd spend on rations before a couple times. So I'll say 2 items that stick out in my head that I paid up for big time was a case of Ration Cold Weathers, Rafcos. Paid up on those. Yeah, I think I got probably $150 a piece in them, 125. There's 6 of them, 125 would put me at 750. Yeah, I paid more than that. A lot. And then the other thing that stuck out in my head that I paid up for, I remember, a case of 1958 MCIs, Meal Combat Individuals. It's a strange case. The meals themselves are strange, but it's not full. It only had 8 full ones, a couple partials and pieces, and that was it. So 2/3 of a case. But find another one. I've never actually, other than the ones that I've never seen 1958 MCIs ever. It's one of those things, like when it comes up, if you don't get it, you'll probably never see it again. And mine will likely end up, ultimately, my hope and goal at some point in time or another. Now, Sean has led and really been the I don't know, main only. What's the word I look at? What's the person that runs a museum? The main person and only person that has ran the museum. There have been plenty of us that have donated things to the museum, but really, what Sean has, I would say 70%, maybe more, maybe 80% of what he has is his own collection. And he did document it. It is online. So, curator, yes, maybe. Kind of. I think a curator is the person that goes and picks out the things for a museum. I wanted to say proprietor. That's not right either, I don't think. I don't know what it would be considered. Anyway, ultimately, I would like to see a physical, in-person, real museum that hopefully one of these days I can campaign for donations, maybe some state some state backing, or town and state backing, maybe federal backing as well. I know there are grants out there for these types of things, and I think people would want to see it. I mean, I do think that the food is one of the coolest things about, like, just at a glance. It's not the coolest thing. It's one of the coolest things at a glance, that you can physically touch, see, smell, and taste of military history. So I do think people would like to see it. Um, one of these days, that's the ultimate goal is, I think, to have a physical in-person museum that is bought, paid for, and maybe have some grant money that helps keep the doors open, keep it running, so it's not stuff coming out of pocket or constantly hustling for donations and things of that nature. I know that other museums stay open that way. I don't know the technical side, paperwork, lawyers, whatever you need to get down the road to make that a reality. So maybe one of these days that can happen. There's been plenty of spots around here that it may still be available, an old museum that closed across the river in Pomeroy that had a house attached that came with the property and a big 4, 5, 6 car, a bunch of car garage that was right across the street. There was a parking lot, but not much parking for the museum. And it had a huge brass bell out front that was awesome. So I don't know, I would really like to have something like that, a physical spot to come to. Kaylin said she sent some 89 German emergency rations, one unopened and one open. Mine's in my case. Are you talking about the little? I have something similar to that sitting around here. The little tins that are about that thick, but they're square. Oh, I knew I had something. Wait, where are my cameras at? Yeah, right here. Kind of similar to this tin, a little bigger. I mean, but kind of like this. Oh, the green cardboard boxes. I remember. Okay. Well, I had one of these, one of the tins that had these bizarre food bars in it. I still have it, but I ate one out of it. And I think I ate the whole thing, if I remember right. It was kind of weird, but at the same time, edible. So I ate it. I don't like to waste old food stuffs like that. Hang on a second. Kind of like, so pull this out without knocking a bunch of stuff over. Oh, my hoorah bar. It's collected, but something kind of like this. This is Japanese, I believe. But it had the food bars, but kind of like this, except the green box, if I remember right. Look how cool this thing is. Hoorah! Or hoo-ah. It's not hoorah, it says hoo-ah. It's supposed to be hoorah. Is there a possibility that we could do an eating history? Yeah, there definitely is. I kind of thought about that. Kind of funding and producing my own show. I think it probably would do pretty well. A lot would go into something on that production level type thing. And I thought, all right, scale back the production a bit. Half of what we did, which was a lot. There's a lot you guys don't see that went into making that TV show. That really, I mean, let's see. The TV show probably employed 30, 35 people. There was about 20 editors at one time. We had an entire editing suite that took up an entire floor of a skyscraper in New York City. It was impressive to see. Me and Josh went there a few times, and that's something I guess that is very out of the ordinary. They said it never happened before, that the talent came to see the editing suite, the people that were doing the editing. Like, we just wanted to know everybody. Like, I guess we're different. But yeah, we went and got pizza one day, and I went and got Prince Street pizza. And Josh got I can't remember. He bought a couple bottles of whiskey of some kind, and we took all that over there in the middle of the day. And it was we were off for a Friday or something. So me and him got together, got some pizza, and was like, let's just go there and see what's going on, hang out. Which we did interrupt their day. And this was, I mean, not long before COVID happened. So, but yeah, there was a lot of people involved. And that's not even including the people at the production company that really I didn't see the involvement of. Of course, the History Channel executives, I did get to know Jim pretty well. Jim, awesome guy. Missed getting to see him. Everybody that I worked with on a regular basis there, I still have their numbers in my phone. I still contact them multiple times a year. So, made a lot of friendships out of that. It just sucks that COVID hit the way it did, because we were already slated for season 2. Season 2 was happening. History Channel was really enthusiastic about our show. I don't know if you guys, I don't know, I'm sure I've told you guys this, but leading up to the premiere, and you guys probably won't remember this, but they changed the date of when we were going to premiere. And I think we went from February, it was like February 15th or something. I'd have to go back and look at the calendar. It was like middle of February, and it got pushed to March. Or maybe it was earlier than that even. But the deal was, what was initially planned for the premiere and the first airing of our show, they had Robbie Knievel, Evel Knievel's son, set up to do some crazy live stunt out west. And I think he was going to jump off like I don't know, like the Grand Canyon or something. It was something, I don't remember what the exact details were. I'd have to go back and talk to people that knew, because I didn't know all the details to it. I just knew that that's what we had planned. That's what we were going to do. And we didn't get a whole lot of information or notice even about it. But that's what they had planned. And then things started getting weird. Obviously, COVID happened. And people started getting sick. Like, production really started changing. There was all kinds of things that happened quickly. I mean, within a couple months, really. I mean, it did stretch for about a couple months, the lead up to it. Because I remember being in the city and then talking about this virus that people were bringing into the city. And I remember going to the Brooklyn Bridge right after watching one of those reports, which would have been probably in like January or maybe early February. And probably early, yeah, it might have been late January. But I remember thinking whenever I was going to the Brooklyn Bridge, like, don't touch the handrails. And I went to this, I got into a situation because of where I had to get off of the train at. The subway station was like wet, like moist, the whole thing. It was bizarre and nasty. It stunk. There was just, and I was like, what is going on with this? And that might have actually been, I think that might have been, I got sick after that. Huh. Oh, no way. I remember exactly what that was. I did get sick after that. Holy. New to Ration Review's been reviewing for about 2.5 months. I think I seen you comment or something, and I just hearted your comment. Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Jay Watterson, sounds like when Robbie Knievel jumped the fountains at Caesar's Palace. This was scheduled for 2019. It would have been, actually, no. Was it? When did my show premiere? 2020? I think my show premiered in 2020, wasn't it? March or something? I don't know. I know it was months before, because what happened was, well, everything happened. And then it was 2020. I wasn't sure. So they did, I couldn't remember if it was 19 or 20. They pushed it back once, the stunt. Like, they were like, okay, well, something happened, and they were going to try to do it at a later date. So they changed. Now, that's a big deal to change the premiere date of a television show, because all the commercials and everything they had ran before that, they were all for this date and for this live event. They hadn't announced the live event yet, but it was all for that date. They were running the crap out of commercials at that point. And then after that, and some other things changed, just everything changed. It got, well, I mean, it just got weird. And it was like, well, we were just going to go home for a little bit. It's going to be 2 weeks. We were going to get to watch the show, see all, and I hadn't seen it yet. Hadn't seen any of it. I still haven't seen most of it. We were going to come home. The show was going to premiere. We were going to be home for a little while, and then after the COVID stuff started lifting, we were going to come back. Well, it never lifted. The production company ended up shutting down. They continued one television show that I know of. Now, the production company that did my TV show is called Sharp Entertainment. You can look it up. They did Doomsday Preppers. They did Man vs. Food with Adam Richmond. They did, 90 Day Fiancé. That's their show. And that's the one and only show that continued. And the reason that it continued is because they sent little cameras to everybody that was involved with the show and told them to just film everything. It was all self-filmed. There was no crew involved. So whenever they filmed the show, probably up into 2022, maybe even, definitely 2020 and 21, maybe even 22, it was all self-filmed. But I know it happened for a couple of years. And my production company, well, Sharp didn't actually open back up, like their physical office opened back up. I mean, it never technically closed because they kept 90 Day Fiancé going and stuff, but they closed the office. There was one person that was coming in there. I went in February of 2022, and that one person was there. That was it. February of 22. They still had it, and they still did and do have a bunch of my rations. I'm sure they're gone now. But yeah, they had thousands of dollars with my stuff. Anyway, kind of besides the point. Don't even know why I went down this route of talking about this. Oh yeah, was going to say, the question was, could we do this on YouTube? And I have amazing ideas. I feel like I have some pretty good ideas. Not amazing. I have some pretty good ideas of things that we could do and how we could do it. I think I would format things a little bit differently than how they did it. And they did some things that were extremely inefficient, in my personal opinion. As far as from a television show and a production standpoint, I feel like we probably could have cut out at least 30% of what we were doing and came up with the same result that they had. There wouldn't have been there virtually would have been no difference. But anyway. Oh, Pastrana. Man, Pastrana's a beast. That guy. He can do anything. I mean, he can drive. He can ride. He's good at water sports. I mean, name something he hasn't done that he picked up right away. The guy's just a natural talent and a natural athlete at pretty much everything. That guy is cool. He does some awesome stuff. Man, he must have had some parents that just nurtured what he wanted to do. I did see a little interview real quick on Sidetrack. He was doing, it was like a YouTube short, and they asked him why he stopped doing motocross, and which he did it for, I don't know how long after this, but he was like 16 or 17 years old, and he had just, it was when he won his first motocross, and he was on his way home, and he realized, like, that they had missed holidays. They had been on the road, staying in campers and staying in the truck and doing all this crazy stuff to make it happen. And it wasn't fun anymore. He's like, I realized at that moment that it just wasn't fun anymore. It was work. But he was successful at making his life look pretty fun at this point. Travis, absolutely. I don't have a clue. Honestly, I'll bet he's not that hard to get a hold of. I mean, he seems pretty open and personable. So I'd say he doesn't seem like the type that checks emails. Like I don't check emails. Maybe he does though, but I'd say he's probably got some sort of media assistant that deals with things like that. Max Miller. Have no idea who that is. I'm gonna flip the camera around, and we're going to get into let's pick out a meal real quick. I don't know what I got left in here. Oh yeah, I was going to order those cases for $3 a meal off of eBay because what was it, $72.02? Let me pull it up real quick because those are ridiculously cheap. Got an offer, so it'd be $72.84. 72.90. Wait, 80? Yeah, 72.90 is what I could get. Case A and B, and they are the same as this 2022s. See right there, it says $2.30. Oh, he's not factoring in the shipping. Oh, that's how I got. That's how the other ones were $2.50. I remember what I was going to do now. What got me off on this weird like side quest tirade? Chocolate peanut butter. I was going to see where chocolate peanut butter's hiding at now. Let's just find out. Info, because if y'all ain't had it, it's one of those things that should be in production that we should be able to go buy. I have bought Jif. I have bought. I bought a bunch of different stuff that claims to be chocolate peanut butter. Nothing comes close to. I've tried everything that I could find that I thought would be like it. I mean, it's not like I'm going out and searching for it anymore, but I used to look pretty hard. MREinfo.com. Let's find the MRE menus. All right. Let's see where they're at in 2022. Let's see where it's at. All right. It's not menu 1. Chocolate hazelnut. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Chocolate chip toaster pastry. Chocolate hazelnut. Nope. I said I thought it was in beef stew, didn't I? Chocolate pudding. Chocolate chip cookie. Beef stew has vanilla pound cake, multigrain snack bread, smooth peanut butter. Doesn't have it. It's got smooth peanut butter. Chili mac, no. Cheese pizza, no. We just had it. Which turned out fantastic, by the way. The last live stream that I did was I mixed 2 mains. We had the brisket. No. The barbecued beef. Yeah, we had the barbecued beef and pizza. It was actually really good. It was really good. Put the barbecue on the pizza. Pretty good barbecue pizza. We used the cheese pizza. Chocolate protein. Oh, here it is. Menu 13, cheese tortellini and tomato sauce. It's in case B. I don't have case B. I have case A. Yep. So let's just look and see if it's in any other menu. I'm going to doubt it. I'm going to go ahead and throw out that doubt. It is in menu number 13, cheese tortellini. It comes with salted peanuts, chocolate peanut spread. recovery trail mix with pretzels, carbohydrate electrolyte beverage powder, lemon lime, crushed red pepper, blah, blah, blah. It's not in that one. Chocolate hazelnut protein, chocolate first strike, chocolate chip toaster pastry. Nothing chocolate in that one. Nothing in that one. Nope. 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 Chunky peanut butter. Oatmeal cookie, chocolate protein drink. Yep. One menu. Cheese tortellini now, by the way. Cheese tortellini. So I have no hopes of getting it out of this case. That sucks. Let's look at some. Let's look at 2021 real quick, because I don't think it didn't used to be in cheese tortellini. Yep, it was there in 21. Okay. Let's look at some 20. Let's look at some 2019s, because I think those are out there right now, pretty thick. I've seen quite a few of them. It was also in menu 13 in 2019. Chocolate peanut butter. All right. Well, there you go. Hang on a second, because look, I know it didn't used to be in that menu. Let me go to 2017. Yeah, it was in 2017. It was in there. All right. Let me go to 2016, because I'm sure that it used to be in a different menu. Aha. 2016. It was in. It wasn't in cheese tortellini. Let me go up here and look at beef stew real quick. Nope. Regular peanut butter. Huh. What menu was it in? Anyway, was it in brisket? Nope. 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 Where's the chocolate peanut spread in 2016? Huh. Sorry. I'm obsessing to figure out, because I remember it being in a different menu. It seemed like it was like 20, above 20. It's like 22, 23. Chunky. Patriotic sugar cookies. Nope. Oh, was it in 24? Spiced apples, pound cake, meat snack, Chipotle tortillas. Nope. Oh, what? It used to be in menu number 21. Lemon pepper tuna. What? I don't remember that. That's weird. All right. Let's figure out what we're going to eat today. Let's do this. Let's see what we got here. We got chili with beans. It's nice and cold outside, y'all. It's supposed to get down to 31 or 33 tonight, right above freezing. I'm going to say it's probably going to frost tonight. So we got that. We got beef strips in savory tomato-based sauce. We got beef stew. All beef dishes as of yet, so that's good. Oh, look here. We got another beef dish, beef taco. Yes. Here's all the extras that I ended up with. So we got that. I think we got crackers or something too. We got meatballs, marinara. That's a good menu too. I like me some meatballs. We got some elbow macaroni and tomato sauce, which I think needs meat added to it to make it good. We got chicken chunks, white cooked. And we've got chicken egg noodles and vegetables in sauce. So, what's the consensus? What's everybody thinking? That's the one you got it out of, lemon pepper tuna. I don't remember it being in that menu. It's like, my brain got Mandela affected or something. I swear it used to be in a different menu. Maybe it was a 1 year only thing in 2016. 2016, I don't remember having very many 2016 MREs. I remember having a bunch of MREs in 2016, but the ones that I had were like 2010, 11, 12, maybe a couple 13s in 2016. I doubt it. I doubt I had any 13s in 16. Used to be, it was really hard to get your hands on anything that was newer than 3 years old. It used to be really difficult. It's become much easier in the past few years. Well, in the past like 4 or 5 years probably. But it used to be really difficult. And I remember when I used to be able to buy Russian 24-hour rations for 20 freaking dollars all day long. And now you can't. Yeah, $80, $85 for a Russian. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I ain't paying that. That's the same with them stupid Italians. Those Italian rations. They're not good. They just are not. I don't, the French ones are decent. They're worth paying for. Like, they're actually worth $20 per meal. So they're worth $60. Your breakfast ain't worth $20, but just average it out. $20 a meal. I mean, it's like eating restaurant food. The best lasagna I've ever had came out of a French military ration. Amazing. I have thought about that ever since I ate it, and I haven't had another one. All right, I am clogged up. You guys think about what I put out here, and give me your suggestion here. I gotta go fix my nose. All right, let's see what y'all thinking. Hopefully that Afrin clears me up. Here, I'll move this case out of the way. Oh, wait, there's one more in there. My bad. What is this? Ah, spaghetti with a meat sauce. Well, beef sauce. Well, beef and sauce. You gotta separate it with the and. Because it's not a beef sauce. It's beef and sauce. Not a beef sauce. Get the little spread going on here. A little bit. Just so y'all can see, kinda. Might be able to see all the menus now. Are they all visible? I think so. Well, this one don't count. So let's put this one over here. Oh, you know what? I said I was going to do a walking taco this week, or this next time I did it, and I don't think I got the lettuce. Hang on. I did say that I was going to get it. I asked Amber to get it. I don't know if she did. I do not. I do not have lettuce. Oh well. Next week I will do a walking taco. So that's getting saved for a day that I got the proper stuff to make an MRE walking taco. Because those guys, they got access to bags of Doritos and stuff usually. And I guarantee you, using that taco filling in a bag of Doritos with some sour cream, some lettuce, some cheese. Oh, I can taste it right now. Just thinking about it, I can taste it. It's going to be awesome. I've never done it. Well, how have I never done this before? I usually save the taco for my kids because my son really likes the taco one. My older son likes the taco one. My younger son likes the chicken and noodles one. So I save him the chicken and noodles usually. I don't know how many I've got saved up. I do think I am going to order those 2 cases of MREs for $70-some though. I'd kind of be crazy not to. There's no tax on it either, so that makes it even that much better. So what do we got in the comments? Who said what? Got a beef strips and tomato sauce mixed with the noodles? Oh, Kaylin, I can't. That's wrong on like a couple different levels. The chicken and noodles, the sauce or whatever you want, like the base of that, I don't feel like it would mix very well with a red sauce type anything. I think I'm only going to do one this week, though. It does, Joseph. It does. It didn't used to, though. Let me just tell you real quick. When they first came out with beef taco, which was back in 12 or 13, first time we were getting our hands on them was around 2015, 16, roughly, it seems like. Especially we were doing reviews on them. I know the first time I got my hands on one, I had not looked it up to see what came in it or anything like that. And I open it up, like, where are the tortillas? What? This makes no sense. It came with crackers, I think. What did it come with? I don't know. I can tell you real quick. Let's just take a little stroll back in time here on the MRE menus machine and go back to the first year the beef taco shows up, which is going to be around 2012. What menus beef taco? I don't think it's changed. Oh, I threw it in here. Is it menu 9 or 6? Menu 6. Okay. Menu 6. Nope, that was beef roast in 2012. Right here, 2013. I knew it. Just going off of memory here. You know what? He's American. Yeah, West Virginia. Okay. I'll smoke one of these. Luckies. While I'm looking. All right, so 2013, I do remember getting this in like 2015 or 16 and being like, what the? Okay, so beef taco. Weird. Look how it's highlighted. Beef taco. Oh, it's because it was first year. Beef taco. Wet fruit pack. So it came with like the mixed fruit. Crackers. Peanut butter. Jelly. Beverage base. Carb fortified. Accessory packet A. Barbecue sauce. Barbecue sauce. Spoon. Flameless ration heater. Hot beverage bag. I don't super remember the barbecue sauce, but I do super remember beef taco being super messed up. Like, what were they thinking? What are you even giving me? What is this? Is this a joke? It's like Natick was playing a big old joke on everybody that ever picked up a beef taco filling MRE. Because, to be quite frank, it was a joke. Like, look, legit. This list says it has barbecue sauce in it. And it may, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch my old videos of that era and see, or someone else's video of a 2013. Let's see if they fixed it. I don't think they fixed it until like 15 or 16. Don't mark my words on that, but it was somewhere along in there. It took them years. Okay, that was 13 we just looked at. 2014, I'm pretty sure it didn't have it. It wasn't fixed. Let's see, menu 6. I stand corrected. 2014, it came with the wet packed fruit still, cheese-filled crackers. That was different. For what reason, I don't know. Peanut butter, tortillas, jelly or jam, beverage powder, carb electrolyte, spice seasoning blend, which I never understood that either, but it did come with that. And that's it. Flameless ration here and whatnot. as much sense as a water bottle with no removable cap. I don't know what you're referring to, but yeah, the taco with no tortillas was a disaster. It just, nobody liked it. Well, I mean, they gave you 2 MRE crackers to eat it with, and also gave you peanut butter and jelly, and you only had 2 crackers. You know, you put all the peanut butter and jelly on one cracker, all the beef taco filling on one cracker, or you crush up one cracker and put it in the beef taco mix. It just, yeah. Usually, what guys did, if they once they figured out that they didn't come with them, I remember this happening. Guys would save tortillas from other menus, and they would use the tortillas that they'd saved from a different menu with the beef taco filling. Menards had pepperoni pizza, MRE pizza, 2 packs for $5.95. Yeah, that's about what they typically go for in store. I think it's a little high. I mean, literally right now, you can buy MREs shipped to your door for $3 a piece. The whole meal. You're only going to get 1 pizza. Well, you're going to get 2. You're going to get a cheese pizza, and you're going to get a pepperoni pizza. But you're also going to get 22 other menus. But you got to be willing to pay $3 a piece for 24 of them. So, I don't see the downside there, really. I mean, spending $80, $75, $80 at one time, it's a little bit to ask. But the result is you get 24 full meals. It's worth it. It's well worth it. Well worth it. Heck, it'd be worth it if you just took 1 item out of each meal. 1 item. It'd be worth it. Yeah, I'd rather just make pizza too. For real. But what I will say about the MRE, you can throw it in the cabinet, you can throw it in the glove box of your vehicle, you can throw it wherever you want to throw it, and come back a year later and eat it. You can't do that with a pizza that you make. Yeah, they were actually a little less than $80, but yeah. So you got something. All right, good deal. That's a good deal. It's a good deal. Yeah. The seller is 285 BSD. They got good feedback. They've sold a bunch of these. They had a bunch of these. They've sold 22 so far, it says, but they've sold more than that. That's just this round. But yeah, they are originally $54.99. $75. $75 is what they are. All right, let's pick a meal out. I kind of looked back. I saw Kaylin's suggestion. So we got a meatballs from Phoenix. Oh, we got a menu 3. Hang on, let me get. No, if I go to live chat, I will lose everything. Survival Empire Rations reviews would be a terrible troll if it didn't. Well, it was a terrible troll at one point, the beef taco not coming with it. It was so weird. I remember everybody in the MRE community being like, what the? Because tortillas were already a thing in MREs and had been for a long time. Like, this is the one perfect meal for tortillas is this. And another one that they need to bring back is chicken and rice. It was one of my favorite MRE menus outside of corned beef hash. Corned beef hash, my number 1. I don't know this, my number 2, but I really liked the chicken and rice. They really did it well. It was nicely flavored. The chicken was always good. And that would make an amazing wrap. That chicken and rice. I'm going to have to get me an old chicken and rice and some tortillas and try it, because now that I'm thinking about it, chicken and rice was good. I mean, it just was. Like a solid meal, like nothing offensive about it, easy to eat, like checked all the boxes. Not thirst provoking, you name it. I definitely did like Or maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I didn't review it. I definitely had some, though. I had a few of them, actually. I did a lot of trading. Back in the day when I couldn't afford to buy anything. Back before I could afford to buy the rations that I wanted, I took what I had and tried to trade. Like, I'd give 3 or 4 rations to get the one that I wanted or whatever. So I didn't care. I just wanted to get the one that I wanted. Wait, here, I can share a link to this. I don't know if you're, oh, you got the 80 and free shipping, it sounds like, Tim. Yeah, I seen those. I did see those. These are a little cheaper. I can come and share a link to these, though, real quick in the chat. Copy link. Go to YouTube. Of course, my stream's not going to come up. Why is my stream not coming up? Of course, if you guys don't care to hit that thumbs up or down, either way, just give Google their feedback and let them. I think you got a long press hold on the screen, and then it'll come up with the option for you to vote up or down. But I would appreciate it. Let me go to my page. This is ridiculous. All right, okay. I gotta wait on the ad that's going to auto-generate at the beginning. And Disney's advertising. Yeah, yay. I guess I should say no comment, but here comes the link. On my end, it shows it should be a clickable link, but I doubt it being YouTube that you could click an eBay link, but maybe. I don't know. The guy will probably get a few sales from that. But yeah, we got to figure out which meal we're going with here. Let me flip the camera around one more time. And boom. And all right, I don't want spaghetti tonight. I hardly ever would want to eat this. I think the only way I will eat this is if I mix it, and we may do that, mixing this with we'll make it a legit spaghetti with meatballs. I think that, I've never seen anybody do it. I don't know why. It makes all, I don't know why I didn't think of doing it. I really didn't think of doing it until I started thinking about mixing mains, and this makes sense. And I got tons of individual meatball mains. I wouldn't even have to open this. I just have to get the meatballs out if I can get to them. My rations are buried at the moment, and that's why I want to get this apartment done up here, and my studio, so I can get all these rations out of my house. My house is half full of food. Rations. I'm not joking. My house is mainly rations. And I know that's a good problem to have if you're anything like us. But it is a problem. So there's that. The chili, it's solid, but I think I've had one of them recently. I haven't done a beef strips in a while. I don't know when the last time I had a chicken and noodles was. Like I said, I usually save these for my son. I'm gonna say, like I said, I've saved 25 out of 27 that I've had, probably. They're scattered all throughout. So there's that. The beef stew is also a good option. I'm a beef stew fan. I like me some old. That's just the classic. That's been around since the very beginning. Beef stew. Spaghetti's been around since the beginning. Nothing else up here has been around since the beginning. Chili, no. Chicken and noodles, no. Elbow mac, no. Meatballs, no. Meatballs been around a long time, though. Meatballs been around a long time. Not ever since the beginning, though. So, yeah, beef stew or beef strips, or I am willing to do the chicken and noodles. Like I said, I haven't had one in years. Long time. Oh, you like the blackberry jam? It's the least, it's my least favorite out of all the jams that are out there. Strawberry's my number one. Grape would, I guess, be my number two because it mixes well with the peanut butter, obviously. And then blackberry's probably bottom of my list. But it's still jam. Like, there's nothing to hate about some good fruit jam, and it's pretty natural. Like the jam or the blackberry jam that comes in them is pretty daggone solid. Pretty decent food. What's the consensus here? What are we thinking? Oh yeah, really. So Phoenix says that their favorite MRE ever is a barbecued pork patty. I'm gonna say you probably haven't had other menus that were good. Like, eating vintage rations, I'm not suggesting anybody do that. That's something that I do for entertainment purposes only. That is done by a professional and under the supervision of professionals, whatever. But yeah, I'm not a McRib fan either, so it's just not my thing, I guess. Melvin says chicken and noodles. I mix the jams and the peanut butter together, and they put it on the bread. Spreads better. Yeah, I agree. Although the packages that they come in, it's easy to make nice little straight lines with it. So yeah, I mean it just depends, I guess, really what you're going for. But yeah, they do mix easier when you mix the two together. That's for sure. They spread easier. I'm sorry, they mix easier. They spread easier. I would like to have an old can of jam that's edible and an old peanut butter. There's something about that old peanut butter. It's just it's different. And it just tastes like peanut butter. Don't get me wrong, but it's better. It's just all natural. It's got this dry element to it until you mix it up, and I kind of like it dry. Yeah, I've had I think I've done that. I've experimented a lot with ration foods. If you can mix it, I've probably done it. But yeah, the shortbread cookies are good. You talking about the patriotic sugar? Those are sugar cookies. The shortbread cookies. Are you talking about the only shortbread cookie that I can think of comes in the ration cold weathers, or in this the general purpose? You know what? I haven't had a chicken and noodles in, I don't know. Again, it's probably been 7, 8 years probably since I've had one. So let's see if it's any good. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. I mean, my son liked it, so if he liked it, I'll probably like it. But I honestly don't remember that much about it. I can't remember what done that. It's sticky. Was it a drink? I don't remember what done that. Next time, I will prepare and fast for a couple days before, and we will do the spaghetti and meatballs. But I want to do the walking taco. Like, I really do. I want to do. That's probably what I'm gonna do next, because I'm kind of craving. I've been craving it, and I forgot about it until just now. But I did mention getting some lettuce. This is really small, by the way. Like, really small. That's a spoon, I think, right there. Oh, hang on. Before we go any further, let's check our beef stick experiment. We got our beef sticks. This one is... I don't remember what this one is. This is the bowls. No change. No change. But this has been sitting there wide open and nothing. I think we're like week 5 or something into this. Does this one look bad yet? No. What the heck? I had one of these go nasty moldy on me in less time than this. Huh. I expected this. Okay, well, let it go for another week. We'll see. I'm surprised that other one hasn't went bad, like started molding and stuff yet. I'm really surprised. But yeah, this meal right here, the chicken and noodles, feels light. Super light. Look at that thing. I mean, it's just doesn't weigh hardly nothing. It's super skinny. We'll see what's in here. Maybe it'll surprise me. I doubt it, but maybe there's more in here than it feels like. All right. First off, some crackers. Made in 2021. Very off. Look at that. Can't really see it. There you go. Look how off they are. Same thing up here. Look at this. Both ends I can already tell. That's broken all the way across through there. And same thing down here. That's broken all the way across. Well, yeah. Feels like it's, yep, it's broke right there. What the heck, man? It's unusual that they're that off center of each other. Like usually they're stacked exact. They have to be stacked properly, or they get mangled because they're not tough like the old crackers used to be. So this, I mean, you can even see, like that's broke. So it's going to be like probably a quarter of the crackers are going to be broken. Put that in a second. We got our flameless ration heater, of course, that we're not going to be using, but I'll set it up here anyways. We got some raspberry puree applesauce, 110 calories. I happen to really enjoy the apple sauces, and I like the raspberry one. It's been a while since I've had it, I think. What else we got here? We got a tropical punch, tons of Red Lake 40, Red 40 Lake, whatever. Yep, Red 40 Lake. Del Alpha Tocopherol. What is that word at the end? Tocopherol? Tocopherol. Del Alpha Tocopherol. What is that? I don't remember ever seeing that on other ones. That must have been added in 22, maybe 21. Huh. Citric acid, yes, of course, that's natural. Artificial flavors, that's not natural. Ascorbic acid, that's natural. Soy lectin, pretty natural. Huh. Silicon dioxide, Red Lake 40. Yeah. I don't like that Red 40 Lake. Beverage bag, of course, we won't be using that because I never trust them anyway, unless I have to. Oh, we got peanut butter. Nice. Nice. It's been a while since I had peanut butter. Ooh. Ooh, I forgot about this. I forgot about apple jelly. Look at that. Well, hello. Nice. And ooh, we got Tabasco too. Look at that. We got coffee, Tabasco. That's a good accessory packet. Ooh, good deal. Bottle of Tabasco, and yeah. Well, that's just a score right there, ain't it? Again, a rarity in 2022. Have the coffee. Oh, look at here. Oh, nice. The original lime is back. Look at that. Wow. Cool. Those are a score for anybody that gets an MRE. They're like, Skittles, yeah. They like anything commercially packaged candy like this, and you know, the 18 to 20-year-old kids go crazy over it. You got your partially biodegradable MRE spoon. And I'll be last but not least, we got our chicken with noodles. All right. Let me go throw this in the hot water. Nothing else needs to go in the hot water. And I'll be right back. Okay, timing. We need to look at got 73 minutes on my thing. I must have went on a rant about talking there. I did. I know I did. Always do. So here is our chicken with egg noodles and vegetables and sauce. 250 calories. We got 860 milligrams of sodium. Not the highest I've seen, but it's pretty high. We got 24 grams of protein. That's nice. That's a nice little chunk of protein in there. Yeah, we got some vitamin D, 0%, so no. Calcium, 30 milligrams. We got some iron. That's good to see. It's probably going to have a little irony taste. We got some potassium up in there, 5% of your daily value. And there is your ridiculously goofy, long, just, yeah. Well, I mean, I see some natural stuff in there. We got egg noodles. It tells you what those are made of. We got mushrooms. We got carrots, chicken broth, celery. And then contains 2% or less of the other stuff in there. And, well, I guess that's for heating up your main. It's just a random chili with bean sleeve. Okay. Well, put that away. Tray out here. 3 minutes in some boiling water. That's all main needs. Much longer than that, you're going to start getting. Look, the plastic on the inside that lines the retort pouches is going to start to break down. Then you're going to start getting the metallic flavor. 5 minutes and anything longer than that, the packaging is degrading so much on the inside that it's going to be all throughout your food. Just the plastic itself is certainly a concern, in my personal opinion. It's been a thing for a long time. We're just now figuring out what's going on with these microplastics and how bad they are for us. But if you can avoid them, you probably should as much as you can. In this case, I over time, I have realized and learned that 3 minutes is plenty of time to heat the meal up, and that's it. It's good. 3 minutes. Crackers. We'll put the crackers over here. Skittles over here. Yeah, and we'll put them over here. Applesauce right there. I can't believe I got apple jelly. I wish there was an apple cake or something too. All right, let's do the coffee. We are going to use Germs Cup this week because I skipped it last week. Germs MRE. I don't have a link, but that's how you find it right there. Type that in. Find his page. Go subscribe and do all that good stuff. Okay, that main in there is done. I need to go get it. Let me get this accessory packet open real quick. Go through it real quick. So that. All right. Starting off, we got some cinnamon chiclet style gum right there. We got our tiny bottle of Tabasco. Always a joy to see that. We have our Giannis Brothers creamer. Non-dairy, of course. 20 calories in that bad boy. And we got some Bill's Brew in this one. The one last week was bad, remember? Or not last week, the week before. They give you some 0-calorie sweetener, a moist towelette, latex free. They give you a tiny packet of sugar. They give you an even teeny tiny pack of salt. And last but definitely not least is your United States issued butt ration or napkin, whatever you want to use it as. All right, let me go get that main real quick. Be right back. set that off to the side for now. And repack into this package the coffee, the salt, moist towelette, the gum, and yeah, we'll probably open this because I want a fresh one. I got some open already, but you know, we might go with a fresh one just for the heck of it. All right, let's get this coffee rolling real quick. Well, this coffee feels okay. I know the Bill's brew from last week. I got it right here. I didn't throw it away. Look at it. Huh. Maybe this one ain't no good because this one doesn't necessarily feel or sound like it was going to be bad either. 1282 on the back. 1281. This was made on a different day. This might be okay. Let's find out. Hey, look at that. It's fine. It's the first time I've ever seen a Bill's Brew or any real modern coffee do what the old Taster's Choice done. There we go. Nice little amount. Freeze-dried coffee. And then we got our Gianna's Brothers creamer. And these things never rip open right, so if you got a pocket knife or something when you're opening these, I recommend using it because of the plastic that's on the inside of these. They just never rip right. Okay. Teeny tiny little pack. I think that's Walmart brand sugar. Isn't that like a Walmart brand, that Enjoy? At least I thought it was. Maybe not. Maybe it's just the cheap stuff that's at Walmart. Okay. Teeny tiny little amount of sugar that we got right there. Not enough. Not enough sugar for my palate. So I am going to add a tiny amount of this. Not very much. That's enough. Maybe 25% of it. Roughly. Okay. The applesauce. Let's get the crackers open. Let's see what's happened to the crackers. Alright. Vacuum seal intact, of course. Oh yeah, they're a mess. Oh man. They really are. Gee whiz. Got getting all them little pieces out. Might put them in the noodles or something. And see where that one was broke. Dang it. Well, it's broken all over the place, but it's still kind of holding together. And a bunch of pieces down in there, and some I just dropped on the floor that I don't see. Where did it go? Huh. Don't know. Don't know where that cracker went. Yeah, we'll save them pieces for probably putting into the chicken and noodles. Skittles with the original lime. They took the lime away for a long time, did they not? Wasn't that a big deal when they brought it back? These have grape, lemon, strawberry, lime, and orange. I thought they used to have cherry too instead of strawberry. Huh. Oh, didn't need to rip it. If you open these correctly, the glue residue stays behind on this lip, this edge right here, and you can reseal them. Like, seriously. See what I mean? So if you're careful when you open them, you can reseal them to not go stale or get wet or whatever. Oops. All right. Pretty good little mix of colors there. Good deal. Good deal. Get my bowls up here. These bowls always look dirty. Look. See how it looks? It looks dirty. I promise you it's not. See, look. It's just the way these old bowls like weather with age, the way they age. That spot's always bothered me. I got these off of Ruler Yak, or Sean, the guy that runs the museum. First time we ever met, I won these at the first ever meetup. It was pretty cool. I thought that would have a little bit different color. Seems like I remember it having more of a raspberry color, but this is just looks like cinnamon, brown, dark, very dark. That over here. Give our jelly a little knead here. Not too much. The apple jelly. The apple jelly tends to get runny. You can kind of feel how liquidy it is when you shake it like that. It's pretty liquidy, pretty runny, however you want to describe it. All right, as Gundog says, the smaller the hole, the more control. Let's make a nice little hole there. Wow, that didn't go as planned. Yikes. Peanut butter. Best way to knead it, right here. Just roll it in your hands. And it'll come out nice and smooth. Push it down out of the corner. Okay, that worked the way I wanted it to. And, alright, I'm going to put some water in this and I'll be right back. That looks pretty good. I must got the yin yang going on there. So I got something that needs to go in that spot. Huh. Weird. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to make this. Let me go grab something out of the fridge. So I've been on a kick of drinking these things. I do feel like they're helping and have helped repair my gut. My body responds really well to aloe, so I've been drinking a lot of aloe, flavored and unflavored. But yeah, bought that at a Spanish grocery store up in Columbus, and yeah, it's really good, really good. What are you doing, Garfield? Coming in here to say hello? You want to say hello before I open up the ration? Doing some sniff test. Come here. I'll get hair on me just so you can say hello. Come here, big fella. Oh, he's not big on being handled. Let's see. Great big old kitty. How big he is? He's a great big old kitty. Yeah. Oh yeah. You see his neck? See that right there? When he first came here, he had whoever dropped him off or done whatever with him. But if you can see, but he see that line? See that? He had a collar that had fused into his neck, into his skin, and he was in bad shape. He had a real bad infection. Actually, literally the night before I left to go to New York to start all the stuff with the TV show, the night before, like 11, 12 o'clock at night, I caught him for the first time. I hadn't laid hands on him. He had been around for months, 3 or 4 or 5 months, but I couldn't get near him. And I kept working my way closer and closer. But that night before I left, he let me, and I took a pair of scissors and my knife, and I cut that out of his neck. And I doctored him up with some triple antibiotic ointment and some aloe or something. I definitely put triple antibiotic ointment, cleaned him up real good. And he has had, there for probably, I don't know, maybe like 3 years, 4 years. He had a real attitude. But he has, in the last couple of years, really calmed down. And I could have never done this before. He would have never let me hold him like this. He's a good boy, yeah. He was an old man, huh? He's getting to be old. He might be diabetic. I'm not sure. I haven't taken him to get tested because he drinks a substantial amount of water, I feel like. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but he drinks more water than the other cats. Yeah, always happy. Look, is that you right there, Garfield? Who is that right there? Who's that right there? You see it? Don't smack me. He'll do that on occasion. What are you doing, bud? What are you doing? Look how mean he is. Or he looks mean, I guess I should say. There you go. Doesn't he look like a mean cat? You see yourself, Garfield? He's not impressed. Are you? Huh? Yeah. He's a good boy. Alright, I'm going to finish doing what I was doing, Bubby. You gotta let go of me. There we go. Here, I'm going to put you down, okay? You're shedding, bro. He's definitely shedding. Alright, back to the ration. He's hot on lasagna. Yeah, he does look like he's stoned, doesn't he? He loves catnip. Loves catnip. We got a toy in there. It looks like a banana, and it's full of catnip. And he's the only one that really messes with it usually. Except a little bit ago, one of the other cats was messing with it, which is very odd. But he's probably already been in there playing in that. All right, chicken and noodles. I hope this is good. Like I said, I haven't had this in years, many years. Seriously, it's probably been 7, 8 years or so. That looks really good. Look at that. Oh, wow, that smells fantastic. I love egg noodles, too. I can smell the carrot. I can smell the chicken. Man, my mouth is watering. This looks fantastic. Wow, look at that chicken. That is a lot of chicken. Heck yeah. This looks awesome. Come on out of there. There's a couple noodles left in there. That's pretty good. A little bit of gravy left up in there, but we're going to go with it the way it is. All right. Spoon, I'm going to use a spork because chicken and noodles. What's that? Mushroom. I'm not a fan of mushrooms. I'll eat it though, I guess. I mean, I'm going to avoid it first bite though. All right. First bite. Just some chicken. Just some noodle. Another noodle. I guess I will get a mushroom. I tried to avoid it, but it ended up. There we go. All right, here we go. MRE chicken and noodles. This one's 4 years old. My mouth is literally watering. Down the hatch. Mmm. Dang. I've been missing out. That is really good. Nice and savory. The chicken's got a really nice texture to it. It's got a nice chew to it. It's a little, some people might say a little dry. I like it that way. Maybe it's not dry. It's pretty juicy, actually. Very, very slight metallic flavor. That could be from, they added iron to it, maybe. I don't know. But I'm a fan. The noodle kind of got lost in there with the chicken. I want to just try the couple of noodles here if I can. Or just mainly noodle. Might be a little bit of something in there with it, but it's not easy to get just the noodles. Eating this with a spoon or even a spork is a little tough. Let me try just the noodles. Okay, so the noodles are a bit overdone, but not so much that they've lost all texture. They still have a chew to them. They're just softer than I prefer. I prefer my noodles al dente, a little underdone, or what would be considered a little underdone, so they have a little more firmness to them. Those are probably right about exactly where they're supposed to be as far as how done they are. So yeah, those are probably perfectly done. And to have been sitting in a pouch for 4 years, not bad. I do think that it needs a little cracker for added texture here. Let's get the biggest little piece I can here. It's kind of soupy too, which I kind of like. Let's see what it's like with some cracker. It's nice and hot too. Heated perfectly. That's amazing. I didn't plan on eating very much of this, but I like it. I probably like it too well. Like I said, I didn't plan on eating very much of it, but now I want to eat it all. Take out the pieces that are worth eating here. I don't want them crumbs in there because they'll get soggy and weird. and I'm not a fan of putting crackers in soup and stuff like that. Just, if I'm going to have crackers with my soup, whatever it may be, they're going in dry. Like, I'm going to take a bite of the soup and then take a bite, eat a cracker, and chew them up together. You know what I mean? So I'm not a fan of darker meat, and that looks like some it's on the verge of being darker meat, but most of this is white meat, if not all of it, actually. That piece looks a little weird texture-wise, pressed and reformed, or fatty or something. That piece is weird. You know what? That piece is coming out. That looks way more natural. I don't know. I'm gonna get me another big bite here. Mm. Mm. It's really salty, which is what's bad for me. It's where I suffer. I can't do the super salty stuff anymore. I'm working on it though. I feel like I'm doing way better. I need to contact Dan. I'm gonna try a little Tabasco on it. I got this one here. It's open. I'm just gonna do it instead of opening one. That's enough. A couple drops and one bite's enough. I just got that all in my beard. The crackers are a nice added texture. Daggone it. Got it all in my beard. And on the table. I missed my mouth. I guess I need to pick the bowl up. Eat like a civilized human. The Tabasco, I didn't put enough on it. I feel like. And I'll just put too much on it. It's alright, I'll take a second bite after I take this bite. Piece of cracker. Another little piece of cracker. Alright. With the Tabasco. I tell you what, that added heat's really nice. I like that. Usually Tabasco overpowers the flavor of a dish. Not in this case. This is quite flavorful. I cannot believe I have. No wonder this is my son's favorite. No wonder. It's really good. I'll tell you what, the last time I had chicken and noodles, it sucked. It was not to this caliber. Not even close. It was bland. It was lower quality meat. The noodles were mushy. That's been a long time ago, but yeah, definitely improvements made here. And that added spiciness. Now the flavor of the Tabasco pepper itself and the I guess the vinegar isn't really an added bonus to this, but the heat that comes with it mixes really well with these flavors. And the Tabasco flavor goes away pretty quick. But this is just so good on its own. It doesn't need anything. I mean, the crackers are, I like that for the added texture. All right. But other than that, all right, I'm going to take a couple. I don't know. I'm probably going to finish this. This is stupid. I shouldn't be eating all this. So good, though. One more bite, and I'm done. Which is silly. I may as well just finish it. I'm just going to finish it. Oh, yeah, I like the hot sauce powder. I really like it. Kind of rare. Well, I guess I just haven't had that much fresh stuff. I rarely ever do that. Just sit there and finish a main like that. I had no intentions of doing that. None. Planned on taking a couple bites and being done with it. Finger licking good. For real. I got something to clean that up off the tray. Surely I got something sitting here. What's this? That'll work. That's better than it was. All right. Well, that was extremely tasty. I'm serious. I can't believe I did that because, again, my intentions were not to eat that much. And it tasted way better than I expected. Way better. I guess, or than I anticipated. Because I've had it before. It's just the one that I had before. The ones that I've had before were not. I've had it multiple times before. My son was like, "Yeah, that's my favorite," and I started saving them for him, and I would eat them. But I never liked them. So I mean, I did not go out of my way to eat them or anything. Huh. Ugh. Excuse me. Well, I will definitely be trying to gather more of those because it's weird that I haven't eaten one in that long and it was that good. The beef sticks have been canceled and won't be in rations in 2027. Why? You're not hurting my feelings at all. Why? If they're going to put beef sticks in there, they need to put Slim Jims in there. Like, put 3 of the little ones in there. They're super cheap anyway. Instead of buying them stupid, thick, weird tasting, teriyaki flavored beef stick things, just throw 3 Slim Jims in there. They're no worse for you than this crap that they put in there already anyway. You know? All right. Well, moving on to our peanut butter and jelly on crackers. Our crackers are not much count. I mean, look, we ain't got a whole lot left, but we got about a cracker and a quarter left. I did eat some with the noodles, of course. Peanut butter first. Look how smooth. Look at that. Smooth peanut butter. I kind of wish they'd add a little sugar to it, like the Canadians do. But it's good, solid peanut butter. It's real decent quality. I don't feel like there's any weird additives or anything. There we go. Standard peanut butter. Tastes like peanut butter. How do you describe it? Tastes like peanuts chewed up in your mouth. I don't know. It's smooth. There's no oiliness to it, so it's not weird in your mouth or anything. One more bite with the peanut butter here. Just MRE peanut butter is better than what you can buy in my. Well, yeah, it's better than pretty much anything I've bought. I've bought the all natural stuff. The convenience of this is what I think is part of it, and how easy it is to put how much you want on each bite. So I don't know if that's part of it or not. You know, kind of like something in my head. It has been a long time since I had apple jelly. Let's take a look at it. It's always got a real pretty color to it. Nice golden, glistening goodness. Look at that. Apple jelly. Okay. So I've always felt this way. The apple jelly doesn't have a lot of apple flavor. I mean, it's there. It's just barely. It's just a sweet jelly. Not overly sweet. Pretty well balanced, I must say. But let's do a bite here of peanut butter with some jelly inside of it. Well, that was too much, but there we go. This little pile of apple jelly inside of a oval of peanut butter. They should mix pretty well. I mean, it ain't no strawberry or grape, but it goes really well with the peanut butter. So, just adds a nice level of sweetness. No real flavor contrast or anything. It's just tasty. It's like a dessert. Even though technically that's your dessert. And this, in my opinion, goes really well with the crackers as well. But it's been a while since I've had raspberry applesauce. And I remember it being a different color, but I'm probably wrong. It's probably just always been like this. I thought it used to have like a reddish tint to it, though. All right. Raspberry applesauce. Give it a try. Whoa. Wow. That's got a strong flavor of raspberry to it. I don't remember that being the case the last time I had it either. Last time I had it, it was just pretty well applesauce. Like, it's got a nice, really nice, strong flavor of raspberry. I got to try it with the cracker. I got to get as much as I can on there. Oh, dang it. Well, guess I'm going to have to spoon it out. I'll get plenty. That's awesome. The applesauce is kind of cold, refreshing, fruity, smooth, mixes great with the cracker. Huh. Applesauce were well balanced. So, yeah, I don't feel like they used to be all that great. Flavors in the applesauce were. Yeah, they are now. It's pretty well balanced as far as, I don't know. I didn't used to be able to taste the raspberry really so much, but now it definitely tastes like raspberry. You could blindfold me and I would know what this is. Before, I probably wouldn't have known. I'd been like, I don't know what flavor that is. It's applesauce, but I ain't sure if it's even flavored. That tastes like raspberry. It's really good. I like raspberry though, so that fits my palate quite well. I got to do one more of these. Do my little circle here. Well, kind of. Just somewhere to put the jelly in, so it don't run all over the place. Some more peanut butter and jelly. Let's do a little bit of this on there too. Let's get crazy with it. Fall off. All right. Huh. At first, I thought it was just going to taste like the raspberry applesauce, but it ended up blending into a really nice new flavor with the peanut butter and the apple jelly in there. That was really good. Really good. I gotta go for another bite like that. That was too good to. One more, and I'll leave it alone. Okay. Golly, I'm eating way too much. Okay. All right. Oh, we just lost some apple jelly there. The cracker really adds a nice flavor to it too. That almost tastes like pie. I don't know, something to do with that peanut butter mixing with like a dough. What is going on? It's all so good. Coffee probably needs stirred a little bit. Wipe my spoon off. Clean it up. Yeah, that'll work. Followed up with some coffee. That's nice. It's not sweet enough, but I think it's because of all the sweetness that I'm getting from the jam and the raspberry applesauce. It's got a really nice flavor though. It's a stronger coffee too. Maybe I just didn't put as much water in it this time. Although the Bill's Brew, it's a smooth coffee. I would call it medium or light roast because there's not a whole lot of tannins and stuff going on in there. You really don't get that that dry feel and flavor that you get when there's a substantial amount of tannins. But that's a nice cup of coffee. Creamy. And it's lacking on the sweetness, but it's a good, solid cup of coffee. Nice and warm. One more drink. Refreshing. All right. Well, I got to try this lime first, because I don't eat Skittles. It's just not one of the foods that I consume, or candies, whatever. I remember lime as a kid. I like lime. I like key lime pie. I like other lime flavored things. Lemon and lime. I like the mix. But yeah, I don't know. What did they turn? Did they take green out altogether of Skittles for a while? It seems like they did something like that, or it was apple flavor. It was something like that. I don't know. Give it a try. Just the lime. Mm. You know, I don't know. I'm just not a Skittles guy anymore. I was when I was a kid. They're all right. The limes initially it had a pretty decent lime flavor, but it went away pretty quick. And this isn't cherry; it should be strawberry. Okay, that's what it's always been. Or is it? Huh. Doesn't taste like strawberry. I don't know what that tastes like. But if you blindfolded me and told me to eat something that would tell me what this is, um, I don't know what I'd say it was. Trying to, I don't know. Sweet, little tangy, fruity, but what fruit? I don't know. I think it's just the stuff on the inside that makes it is really the main flavor, the white stuff on the inside. Yeah, just whatever that chewy stuff is in there. The grape tastes like artificial grape. Tastes like the MRE grape drink mix. Kind of atrocious. And of course, the lemon. Oh, there's orange. We'll try the lemon next. Mmm. Yep. Tastes like Pledge smells. It really has a very similar taste to what that smells like, which is lemon. I mean, it's what it's supposed to be. I think lemon mixed with other flavors does better than it standalone. And we got orange. Mm. That one's way softer for some reason. Not really very orange, more citrusy, like a mix between grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange. It's like a mix between everything. I mean, it's got an orange, it's a little bit of an orange flavor to it, but mainly citrus, like a mix of citruses. All right, well, let's see. Since I had these out earlier and I'm thinking about them right now, it's been a little bit since I had one of these. Love these tins. I love them. Each a little, what I call coaster. Looks like a camel coaster. It's not. It's just a piece of paper. But I think it's supposed to be on the lid like that when you open it. Like the first time, I can't remember. I know I opened these. And we've got, these are probably from 1996 or 97. The coupon expires in 98. So, and I know these coupons were good for a long time. They may be older than that. I need to look and see how long the expirations that they put on these are, because this one expires in 1998. So I would say at minimum 96, if not 95. But yeah. All right. It's got a nice aged tobacco flavor to it on the dry pull there. Classic. Look at that thing. Isn't that nice? I can't remember who sent these to me right now. I think somebody sent these to me. Or maybe I bought them. I don't know. It's pretty sad I can't remember. I should have had like a sticker or something on it. That's why most of the stuff I have does have some sort of identifying marker on it. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's a good meal. It's a good meal. I ate way too much of it. It was a good meal. Extremely satisfied with that. And I didn't go into it thinking that it was going to be, honestly, I thought it wasn't going to be good. I was like, I'm going to get a bite or two of this. I ain't going to care to not eat it. I was wrong. When was the last time I ate? I don't know what the last thing I ate was. Huh. Doesn't matter. Probably been about a day since I ate. Not long enough to where my stomach was growling or anything, and I was hungry. I must have been a little bit hungry, but I would eat that for my dinner any day of the week. That was fantastic. I'm trying to think like how I could improve it. Maybe some better crackers. maybe like some Ritz or something, which Ritz are really, really bad for you. Really, really bad. Ritz and the like, usually like most of that crap, it's not good for you. There was something I saw about Ritz. It's been a couple of years ago, a year or two ago, and it was really bad. Can't remember what it was though. Anyway, they taste good though. And they would go really good with that. Really good. Or some of those, what are they called? Bread and butter crackers? What are they called? Just butter crackers? So like rectangle ones, the long rectangle ones. Not long, but longer rectangles. Can we talk about 9/11? Really? You want to hear me babble about 9/11? Sure. What? I have put so many hours of my time into looking into and researching different cataclysmic events that have happened in my lifetime. 9/11 being the first one that really, it's the one that woke me up. Anyway, you like my stories and theories? Well, most of what I have to say is based on either direct testimony of people that were there, as far as my 9/11, whatever I speak on, or reporting from that day and the following hours thereafter, within 24 hours to the next day, or empirical evidence that came forth after the fact. The FIT report, that the 9/11 report that they, what word should I use here? It was complete crap. Okay, that the families that looked into this afterwards got banned from coming to the memorial on the yearly. They have the memorial yearly on 9/11, and the families that looked into what really went down that day. You want to go down a little rabbit hole? Look up what families have been banned from coming to the 9/11 memorial that had family members pass in the buildings or by somewhere in that incident that day. You want to go down a rabbit hole? Go down that one. That's a good one. It's a little bit hard nowadays to find the different information, because they wanted to silence these people. They didn't want to hear from them. They didn't want nobody to hear from them. Some of the things that came to light after, and well, the nanothermite came to light years after. People started having a whole. There were people that were suspect of everything pretty much immediately, and most of them were involved. Like, they had a family member pass or something of that nature, and they were just there, and they were in it, and then they started reflecting, and they had issues with things that happened. And then they started looking into things. I'm not going to say, I don't know when the testing actually happened, that they took samples from that day and sent it off. There's a woman, older lady, that was really at the lead of all that back when it first started happening. And then when they got the results back, that there was thermite in all of the dust. We watched 2 buildings, massive buildings, disintegrate right in front of our eyes. They just disintegrated. If you watch, like, at the end, when that, like, after the second building falls, and there's that tall, slender chunk that's standing upright, which is all steel I-beams that are that thick. Like, if you know what an I-beam looks like, basically like that. Okay, you got your 2 thick sides and a middle, right? Just like that. I-beam. All right. You can watch that last piece just disintegrate straight down into the ground, well, into the other rubble. Just, it's wild. How we all didn't pick up on this in the moment. Looking back at it now, it's like, how did we believe what they were telling us in that moment? And then when you watch Building 7, which Building 7, I feel like everybody used to know that in the early years. Like, it was common that we know the trade center, the two main towers fell, and other buildings were damaged and came down. Right, so the one that was right underneath of it, which was Building 3, I think, that had like the Taco Bell in it or something, and there was a hotel in it too. Was it the Hilton? Anyways, that building, that's an interesting one too, because it had this huge circular hole in it that didn't make any sense. It still doesn't make any sense. Going back and looking at the footage. But all you need to know and look at to know that something was wrong, weird, whatever, just look at the footage of them digging up the rubble that when they were still trying to find people weeks out, week or two, however long it had been. They were still trying to find people. So what was it, a week? And they're picking up they've got a backhoe with a thumb on it, and they're picking up chunks of the I-beams and the steel, and they pick it up, and you watch molten metal run out of the end of that I-beam that they pick up. No way. No way, no way, no way. We're talking about a fire that was basically being smothered by its own rubble on top. And things that are not flammable, concrete, steel I-beams. That's mainly it. It's what the majority of the building was made out of. But this fire raged on, I believe, 2.5 months, 3 months. They had thermal images of it from space. They had, this fire raged for months. How? Where's the fuel? What's fueling this fire? Residue of the thermite's the only thing I can think. Painted. They had to paint it on. I don't understand that part. I don't. It's something that we still don't have access to that could burn that hot for that long without any inherent source of fuel. You know, it's crazy. And then you get into another interesting part of that day. Well, it's all interesting. It's all interesting. It's all bad and nefarious and interesting, and nobody ever talks about the dancing Israelis. It's started to come up in topics of conversation over the past year or so, but I always talked about that. Like, I always brought that up because it's relevant. But you look at what happened in Pennsylvania, the plane that went down, that they said, I still don't know what the deal with that is. There was nothing left. I remember the footage right after I went back and looked at it. There was nothing but a hole in the ground. And if you look at other high-speed plane crashes, I mean, there's always seats. There's always parts of people, sometimes still strapped to the seats. I mean, oh yeah, no, that was my next topic. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second, real quick. At the time, even including Las Vegas, at that time, the Pentagon was the most surveilled building in the world. Had more cameras and surveillance equipment pointed at it and inside of it than any other building in the entire world. If what they tell us happened that day is what happened that day, then we would all have all kinds of film that they would present gleefully of a plane coming in. It would look slow in the beginning, but it's coming at high speed at almost 600 miles an hour, they say, flying 20 feet off the ground, less than, because it clipped how many poles on its way in? They said 3, 4 steel light poles. They give us one 3-second clip, and it's not 3 seconds of continuous footage. It is ridiculous footage from the gate of the Pentagon, and you see a blur go across the screen, and boom, you see the fire. What was that? What could that have been? I'll tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't a jumbo jet with a whole bunch of passengers on it. Where's all the bodies? Where was all the bodies? Where was all the people? Ooh, that enrages me. Because they played us like idiots, and it worked. And it worked. I think that's the part that bothers me the most, is we all fell for it. I fell for it. I can pretty well say pretty much everybody fell for it. There might have been a few people that didn't in the very beginning. But I don't think so. I think everybody fell for it in the beginning. Really, I do. And that's the case in a lot of these incidents that happen, these tragedies, these things. Because in the moment they use our emotions and they feed us these bullshit stories. And we all we want to believe what they're telling us is true, because why would you tell me this if it's not true? They don't care. They don't care. Nothing they do is for us anymore. It's probably never has been, not in my lifetime. It's bad. And I don't know how to fix it. I do know that you can't have the attitude of saying, well, what am I going to do about it? I'm only one person. You can't. Everybody has that attitude. Nothing will ever happen. You have to believe, and you have to inform as many people as you can about whatever you know that's relevant to whatever conversation you're having, just to wake people up to the nefarious ways. Most people don't trust the government anymore. This is a newer thing that I would say the majority, maybe 51%, don't have any trust in the government anymore. That was not the case not that long ago. And it all comes back to Trump. It does. I mean, we can't avoid that. That definitely is the reason why all that kicked off. And I think in the beginning he might have had good intentions. I'm not so sure anymore. Something happened. Well, that's a good point, Phoenix. Yes, that's true. That being said, though, how many people do you know have that attitude? Though, how many people do you guys in the chat right now? How many people do you know that their take on it is, well, I'm just one. What am I supposed to do? I just got to live my life, because what am I going to do? Well, what you can do is not let the topics die, because we move on from important topics way, way, way too fast, and nothing ever happens. We are in a situation where the criminals, even if they get caught, the most that will happen will be a show trial in Congress that absolutely will lead to nothing. And don't even get me started on the people that Trump pardoned that I had no clue when he done it. I've seen the guys that he pardoned. I believe it all happened this year, so we're pretty fresh into the year, just out of April now. So within the first third of this year, actually, it might have been 2025, some of them. he didn't. But some of these got one guy. He defrauded $88 million. I believe he was sentenced to. He would have been in there for his entire life because he was an older guy. Like, he was probably in his late 40s to somewhere in his 50s. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it. I know he wasn't young. That guy served 6 months, stole $88 million, served 6 months, and Trump pardoned him, and he's out. He was out, gone. So he stole $88 million, served 6 months. I will steal $88 million and serve 6 months as many times as you want me to. As long as the Lord willing that I have the time, I'll spend 6 months in jail for $88 million. Sure. No brainer, right? What are we doing? Then there was I can't remember if it was a trafficker or it was child related, which blew my mind that he pardoned. There was also money involved in that case as well. I would have to go back and find. I saw a video that had the paperwork attached to it. With it was pretty astounding, and then it had the video clips of the guys actually leaving custody, like after they'd gotten pardoned, leaving the prisons that they were in, because they were all in federal prison. Wild. Something has happened. Well, he's got weird people around him, that's for sure. Laura Loomer's a absolute nutcase. I don't say that lightly. That person has no business advising anybody in our political, anybody that we've elected to anything. No. I say no because no. She's got no business. But I've been seeing the topic of Vegas being brought up again by some people. Ian Carroll was kind of coming to mind. He kind of dropped off there for a while, but he wasn't part of, like, he wasn't researching it in the moment like I was. I watched, I don't know, there's probably anywhere between 20 and 30 YouTube channels that were built off of investigating the Vegas shooting that YouTube eliminated. This was back in late 2017, early 2018, when the adpocalypse was going on with PewDiePie. The first PewDiePie incident had a huge impact on YouTube as a whole and changed a lot. It was like the word go for them to really start screwing with people. But then he had another incident after that started the adpocalypse, where I think Coca-Cola was a big one that pulled out of advertising on YouTube. There was, or maybe it was Pepsi, I don't know. It was a big soda company, and then a bunch of other companies started pulling their ads and saying, we ain't going to advertise on here if your creators are going to wear a Hitler uniform. I don't know how that came. It doesn't matter. Like, they're not. Are you silly enough to think that because an ad pops up before my video that I have any affiliation with that brand whatsoever? When I just clicked on that earlier, a Disney ad came on before my stream came up. I have no affiliation with Disney. What were they used? That was it. I know what I'm off on a tangent here, but they used that as an excuse to further their control and purge channels that didn't align with their beliefs. So when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of the people that are technically actually running YouTube, which are the people that back then. Now I think it's mostly AI at this point. But back then, there were a bunch of college kids that were very left-leaning and liberal-minded, that they were just, a lot of them were doing what they were told to do. I mean, I'm not going to say, because Google at this point has more power than all of the world's governments combined. When it comes to real everyday power to manipulate and change things, Google has more power than any government that exists combined. Combined America, Russia, China, whoever you want. Put them all together, and Google still has more power than them, which is, I think, a problem. And YouTube is a huge part of Google's power, the power to influence. But back to the Vegas thing, he wasn't. So he's one of the guys that's been bringing it up. Him and Tucker Carlson, and there was somebody else that was talking about it recently. But that's one of those incidents that needs to be talked about more. The two fires, one in California, and the other one, well, there's been three now. So there's two in California. The one that happened New Year's last year. It's got Spencer Pratt running for governor of California, and I think he might win. If they don't get to him, they don't buy him off, they don't manipulate him, whatever, we might see some positive changes in California because of that. I used to think he was kind of off a little bit, a little weird, and he is, but he seems like he's got some morals to him. You know, he's had some kids, and before he had kids, yeah, no. But yeah, he's straightened up a lot, and I think, I think he's got a decent head on his shoulders now. But Vegas is one of those, the three fires. So you got California, that I think it was 2017 that it happened. Then you got Hawaii, and then you got California again. Those need focus. We need to go back and focus on that. There was a bunch of kids came up missing in the Hawaii thing. Never got resolved. Never got resolved. In the time that it was happening, heard stories about the kids being abducted. Entire busloads of them. Nothing ever came of it. The flood that happened, North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina. Don't think it made up in Virginia. That didn't just happen. Nope. Same as those fires. They didn't just happen. So any wildfire is not going to melt the aluminum rims off of a vehicle. It's not going to melt the steel or aluminum engine block out of a vehicle. And it sure as hell isn't going to melt the windshield out of a vehicle. So if you didn't know, it's harder to melt that windshield glass than it is to melt aluminum. I worked in an aluminum plant, so I know what it takes to melt aluminum. It's about 1,700 degrees. And these vehicles are sitting on the road with nothing able to, just sitting on the road. That's a directed energy weapon all day long. Our government possesses them. They also possess the power to change, direct, affect the weather. Abso-freaking-lutely. Which that was just a big topic of discussion with the whole Iran and Israel thing over there, because for years they've been saying that they stole their rain, and it just came out confirmed they've been doing that. And they've been doing it now for, I think, a decade or longer, or two. I don't know, a long time. Yes. So MH7. So MH370. That was was that a Thailand? What was that? It was Adventures of Baron von Trump. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the last president. I know. So, MH370, the video that is out there, Malaysian, that's right, Malaysian. Gosh, I don't know why I said Thailand. I've had Thailand on my brain. Anyway, that video that's out there of the 3 orbs going around it, and it's gone, that's real. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. They took it to Diego Garcia. What happened after that? I don't know. There were people making phone calls from Diego Garcia well after it disappeared. I think it was a long time after it disappeared, if I'm not mistaken. But family members saying that they were getting phone calls. Or it was, they were calling, I can't remember exactly how they know. They know. But, so, question is, was that done by a government? Or was that, yeah, because it ended up on Diego Garcia, you know? But people still question, was that some sort of alien or something? No, it was the government. They have technologies that would blow your freaking mind. We used to say that they were 20 or 50 years ahead of what we get. The way technology has been advancing, I don't know now. I couldn't put a number on it, because just think about what it's going to be like here 20 years from now. We can't. We've seen changes in the past 2 years, 3 years that it's weird stuff. It's not to our benefit either, by the way. These AI data centers that are popping up everywhere. Literally one right down the road from my house. West Virginia's still got a low number, which we're a small state, but we still got a low number of data centers as of right now. But that's going to change, and it's going to change quick. I think the state that I seen that had the most, which was weird, it was like it was either like Georgia or South Carolina or something. It was it was a southern state. It had like 78 in that state already. Ohio has a bunch because of Leslie Wexner. There was a couple other states that had the number, around the number that Ohio has. But yeah, I saw the number of data centers that have popped. These are the ones that are already built. These aren't like to be built ones. These are the ones that already exist in the state. I can't remember what West Virginia's was, but I want to say it was 2. Could be wrong though. Might have been 22, but I think it looked like 2 on the map. Weird thing real quick on another map that I saw. I saw a map that was representative of the data of energy cost, basically electricity. And it had a dollar amount for a range for each state. West Virginia, the state that I live in, had the highest energy cost any state in America, including Hawaii and California and all of them. We make a lot of power here. We have and dig a lot of coal here. We used to dig a lot more before Obama. Don't get me on that rant. But we make a lot of power here. There are power plants all around me. I worked in all of them. I know what's here. I know how much power is coming from here. My electric bill, and I've always thought, like, I guess I've never really thought to compare or ask people in other states, like, what's your electric bill like? Because I have a fairly new, now it's like 4 years old. When did we get that? 21, 22? New sanctuary unit. Brand new. And my electric bill at that time went from about $550 to $600 down to about $250. Well, guess what? My power bill's still running now. It's back up to about $600 a month. I'm paying $600 a month for just electricity. Yeah. My cost of living from 2020 to 2024 doubled. I paid double. Actually, more than double now. Because I thought Trump was going to bring it down some. But and with where gas prices went, it should have. Real quick, you want to talk about something? Let's talk about the gas prices real quick. Because maybe this is something you guys don't know. What's today's date? Is today the 2nd? I think today's the 2nd. Where's my other phone? Here it is. All right, it was the 2nd. Okay, real quick, and then I'm going to get off here. So, as of technically yesterday, the 1st, they changed the gasoline and the regulation for gasoline. They're moving up to a 20% ethanol additive in the gasoline. This is important for you to know because that gasoline will tear your engines up, and especially your lawnmowers, weed eater, any small engine, generators, anything that runs on gasoline that's a small engine. The only thing that's not going to have the 20% ethanol additive in it is 93 or 91, I think. Depending on what the gas station carries, might be 91 too, though, but I know 93 will not have the 20% ethanol additive in it. And that stuff is dirty. It tears your engine up. Your engine won't run nowhere near as well. It leaves behind all kinds of nasty residue inside your motors, so that's one of the reasons why it tears it up. But you're also going to get horrible gas mileage with it. And that's why I don't think that it's been the war and all that. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's why they jacked the gas prices up. I think it's because they're getting ready to roll out this nasty gas, and that's the reason they're doing that is to bring prices down. They're going to drop the prices back down to somewhat lower prices, and it's because of that additive. It's not because of anything else. And they just posted their earnings for the first quarter, or this last quarter. As far as I heard, every single company, gasoline company, oil company, profits doubled from this time last year. Their profits doubled from this time last year. So what does that mean? They're taking advantage of us. The way that we change that, the only way that we change that, is we all got to stick together. We have Facebook, we have YouTube, we have all of these platforms to connect to each other, and word of mouth. I say it, you say, hey, on May the 7th, nobody buys gas again after that. For at least a week. Really, we need to go at least 2 weeks. Nobody buy. Do what you got to do to prep in the meantime. For if you think you need to get this, get that, move places, go there, stock up. Nobody buys gas after that. We have to stop giving them our money, or nothing will ever change. That's a fact. That's a fact. Doubled their profits. Doubled their profits from this time last year. Think about that. We're going through this hard time. There's this war happening. But they're sitting on cloud 9. Double the money what they would have made last year at this time. This is a drink you have to eat. It's kind of weird. Gotten used to it though, and it's fine. During Bush's gas spikes, and yet he was a Texas oil man. Well, wonder how much stock Trump and his family have in oil companies. I bet it's a lot. Don't even get me started on the individual politicians that have gotten rich. Ted Cruz, gotten filthy rich while in government. Ilhan Omar, starting out at worth $20,000 net worth. Now she's worth, like, you hear numbers anywhere in between $30 and $80 million in the amount of time she's been in there, 5-6 years? What are we doing? Nancy Pelosi. What's she worth? $380 million is what they say. That's what they report, which really means she's probably worth about $1 billion or more. Yeah, I didn't like it. I tried the coconut. I did not like it. Coconut, I'll tell you what was good, though, was the grape. Grape was good. Watermelon's good. Pineapple was just kind of like my go-to now. I think that's it, really. Those are my favorites. I did pick up some strawberry yogurt drinks with coconut in them, coconut milk. Hang on. I'll grab them. I don't remember what I bought. Oh, it's getting late. I gotta get off of here. Okay, so Yoga Vera. I assume there's chunks of something in there. Anyway, pick that one up. Is there chunks in there? Oh, this is an alloy one. Oh, I didn't know this was an alloy one. I thought this cool. And then I got this one, which this one is the coconut milk drink. I've had these, and I really like these. I wish they had something like this. They ain't got nothing like this around here where I live in Hickville. Maybe that's a good idea. I should start bringing stuff like this here and selling it. I really like this. This is one of the coconut ones I do like. I like strawberry flavored stuff, though. I didn't realize that there was a strawberry flavored aloe one. Huh. It says Korea right there on the bottom. Interesting. Well, I'll have to try this and see if I like it. But the only place I can get it is in Columbus, so it's not like it really matters because I ain't taking a trip up there just to buy a few drinks. Then again, maybe I will. All right, well, that meal was fantastic. I am going to finish the applesauce and the crackers and the peanut butter and the jelly too, probably. Yeah, I'll wipe this meal out. I'm highly impressed by it. I want another one. Yeah. Next week we'll probably do the walking taco or a legit spaghetti with meatballs. Maybe. One or the other. What else was I supposed to mix? Or something else. Anyways, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking probably the walking tacos where my head. I've been wanting that, and I want to see because I've never done it. I want to see how that turns out. Like a little bag of Doritos, some lettuce, some cheese, some sour cream. This sounds really good. All right. That's pretty much it. It's been a good live stream, I feel like. I started late. Locked my keys in my truck. I was going to put tires on my trailer out there because I think somebody cut one of them, actually. It's a weird thing. And then they didn't show up on time. They were a couple days late from what they should have been 3 days. What they should have been 4 days. Saturday. They should have been here. They didn't. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 4 or 5 days, something like that. It didn't update the shipping. Anyways, doesn't matter. Went to go put the tires on. Pulled up next to the trailer. And when I drove over there, I left the door of my truck open. And wasn't thinking nothing about it. And I get out and shut the door. Well, yeah, the truck locked when I put it in gear and took off. But I held the door open while I drove over there. Because it's just driving in my front yard. Like, out of my driveway over in to my side yard. Didn't think nothing of it. But yeah, I got out and locked my keys in the truck, and I don't know how long that took to get them out. I did pretty well. I bought some tools to break in vehicles, my own vehicles, a while back because of stuff like that. I got this inflatable bag to spread the door open and stuff. So, and I remembered where I had it, where I had put it, so I was able to just go right and get it. So that worked out. Didn't end up getting to put the tires on there, but yeah. That's what happened right before. Anyway, I plan on seeing you guys next week. That's the plan as of right now. I do need to make a trip to Columbus, and I got a bunch of stuff going on actually this week, but I should be good on Saturday. So yeah, I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys for hanging out and watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up or down, either way. And I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Later.